Wednesdays here on the program, we like to put the spotlight on the farm women's group, Common Ground.
Common Ground is a group of farm women who want to be a resource for consumers who want to know more about how their food is grown. In this segment, we hear from Common Ground volunteer Leslie Boswell from the Shickley area. Today, we learn how cover crops play a key role in preserving topsoil for producers.
Well, you may have noticed that although the harvest is over, many fields look brown. There are some that still look a bit green. Joining me now with a little more on this is Leslie Boswell with Common Ground. Leslie, it's good to see you today.
Hey, it's good to be with you, John.
We're going to learn more about cover crops. What are those and why do producers do this?
We have talked about cover crops a few times on your show, several of the Common Ground volunteers. But if you've noticed lately that Nebraska gets a little bit of wind, like blowing like crazy, and one of the things that cover crops really do a good job of is keeping the soil on the ground where it's supposed to be. It really reduces the wind erosion, but there's so many other things that the cover crops can do. They help put nutrients back into the soil. They help fix nitrogen to make it available for the other plants that will be planted next spring. And they also will add organic material to the ground when you kill the crop basically, or it dies and then you till it in next spring. That puts a lot of organic material back into the ground. There's also some things like tillage radishes, which are not the little red ones. They get very long and they're white and they grow down into the ground. And if you've got compaction, then that helps break up that ground. They also work extremely good for cattle to forage on, besides just the corn stalks or the soybean stubble. And that might be part of the reason why lately you have seen some pivots running on some of the fields. They look like they've been harvested, but they've planted that in there after the harvest, and so the cover crops will be growing now and they will grow through the winter into next spring.
And again, this is just another example of how producers are being sustainable, working to maintain that topsoil and just be responsible for their land.
That's exactly right. And we have to protect our soil because that's where we make our living. That's what feeds our families. And that's what's going to be sustaining our families from generations on. So we need to really protect what we've got and do the best, most sustainable, most economical way to take care of it. And this is a perfect way to really take care of the soil.
All right, Leslie, and you are coming back with a recipe to share.
I am. I've got something that's kind of a treat for yourself, but it can be taken to gatherings that are coming up too.
Sounds good. All right, we'll see you in a few minutes.